everybody.
Hello.
Second episode of Meet a Creative Person.
Number 2.
Yeah. I'm very, very tired, so we'll see how this goes.
That makes 2 of us.
Way.
Da-da-da.
Okay. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Patch. I play drums in Cat's band, Wolf 359, and do lots of other creative things.
How do you identify that?
To be honest, I've never really properly thought about it.
Fair enough.
So, I guess that's an answer?
Yeah, that'll do.
Who knows? Find out next week.
Okay, so tell me a bit about yourself and what you into, what you do.
So, I'm 27 years old. As I said before, I play drums in your band, Wolf 359. Check them out because we're not bad. What do I do outside of Wolf? Well, I run a YouTube channel called Patch Plays, which started off as a gaming thing and it's now in the midst of evolving into something much weirder and
it's cool.
Encapsulating lots of different things, like finding the worst kind of films and TV on the internet and subjecting myself to watching it and providing feedback for your entertainment. I do solo music stuff as well. I like to do lots of video editing and stuff like that. I will be editing the video that you're watching right now.
Yay!
Which is cool.
Sorry for good quality editing.
Yeah, and I work in nursing. Have done for years and years. That's me in a nutshell.
Cool. Have you had any boundaries to your creative career?
Oh, there's always boundaries. I seem to find more boundaries than most, actually. Everything right down from the simple things like just getting writer's block. Like, usually my guitar's over there, I'll sit down and be like, right, we need to write a new thing for Wolf, so I'm going to sit down and I'm going to play a thing and do a thing. And I'll just sit there for 10 minutes, like not even strumming my guitar, just like, any minute now it's going to come. Any minute now.
Yeah.
I'll just go make a cup of tea and then we'll start, and then before I know it, it's next week.
Yeah.
It's quite frustrating. Personal sort of boundaries. I can find things difficult in the band sometimes because the only chance I ever get to practice as a drummer is when we're at band practice. Once, twice a week, because I don't have drums here, I can't have drums here. I don't even own a drum kit in a minute. So I'm literally like, if I want to practice at home, I'm just sat here like, just practicing on the hands and knees and things like that, and it does get difficult sometimes. I do wish I had like all the equipment here ready and able to just crack on, because it would better me as a musician personally, but I make do, and yeah, I think that works.
Sounds good. Seems to work.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, that works for me.
You work in mental health and you've done things in mental health.
That's correct. Yeah. So I've been in care for like 10 years. I had a little bit of a break out of care, but the bulk of the work that I did was in mental health at a local hospital, and it's a fascinating area to work in. A lot of it's quite sad and traumatic, and you can have some really nasty experiences, but on the flip side, you are helping people to recover, just like in any form of care work. And when you do get those good days where you know that you've helped someone reclaim their life and their identity and things like that, it just make you just want to, you know. And that always fascinated me. My dad worked in mental health, and you know, he'd come home and he'd have all these stories and be like, bloody hell, really, that happened?
Yeah.
Wow. I want to see what that's like. But I never planned to go into it. It just sort of happened because I'd just gone to university. I needed a job on the weekends to fund me not studying at university.
Right, okay.
Because I came out after 2 years. Well, 2 years of the first year, because I retook my first year because I didn't study the first year. And the second year I didn't even, I studied less.
Oh.
So then I just said, nah, it's not for me. I'm not very academic. But anyway, I digress. So I ended up in mental health just because, the job was there at the time. It was good money. It would, pay for everything that I needed it to pay. I could just work weekends.
Sounds good.
And I was there for years. And that was never the plan. It took me years to get out of it. But it's a fascinating line of work. And sort of trying to bring it back into the other things we're talking about, I have been able to incorporate music in that work as well, in people's recovery, which is a big sort of personal win for me.
Good.
Obviously I can't go into massive detail, like I can't name names and things like that, give away actual personal information, but I can go into it just enough to be able to tell a story and explain what I mean.
Yeah.
So one day we had a chap come in who was catatonic, which, if you don't know what that means, it's basically where you are shut off from the outside world. You won't register people are there, you won't talk to them, you won't eat, you won't sleep. So in some cases people don't even blink, and they get trouble with their eyes, obviously, as you can imagine. Now we had this chap come in and he was catatonic, and we spent weeks trying to get through to him, and very slowly he would open up, and we got to the stage where we could have conversations. He wouldn't look at us, but we could get basic yes or no answers. So it was a start, and there'd be times where he'd go back a bit, or he'd come a little bit, he'd get a little bit better. And one day I came in for a shift, and they'd been really struggling to get him to eat anything, which was the usual case. And I decided that I had a bit of time free, so I sat down and just started talking to him. He wouldn't talk back, so I would just talk to him. And just out of nowhere I just said, have you ever been a musician? And he was looking away like this, and he just sort of stopped, opened his eyes wide like that, looked me dead in the eyes, which I was like, oh shit, oh dear, I've triggered something. He just looked at me and he was like, yeah, all my life. It was like 4 words. He'd never said 4 words to anybody. I was like, holy shit, okay, let's roll with this. And he opened up and started talking, and he'd been a musician all his life. He'd been in bands, and he'd done all this, he'd done all sorts of stuff. And then I had an idea, because on the unit we had a relaxation lounge which had a Yamaha electric piano.
Yeah.
One of the Clavinovas, which I used to have, and they're awesome. I love them. But that's nothing to do with it. And I said to him, well, have you ever played piano? And he was like, yeah, I used to. I said, well, we've got one. I said, just down in the relaxation room. He says, do you want to have a go? And he sort of went back a bit like that. And I was like, oh no. And he was like, well, I don't know, I haven't played in years. I said, well, come on, we'll go through. There's, just you and me. We'll sit down, see what happens. If you don't like it, we can come back. And he was like, okay. So he sat down, and for about 10 minutes he just stared at it with his hands like that. And I just sat next to him, just, patiently. And then out of nowhere, he starts playing Clair de Lune. Like, note for note perfect.
Wow.
From start to finish. The best rendition I'd ever heard. And I'm just sat there like that. And he started, he was so much more animated, he was smiling. And then for the next hour and 15 minutes, he just went through all this stuff that he knew how to play. Everything from bloody Chopin right the way through to, playing the Doors and things like that. And all the other staff were coming in at the doorway, and they were all like, oh my God. And 2 weeks later, he was discharged by his doctor. He went home, sorted his life out, started a new band, and went touring around the UK.
Nice.
And I got a postcard from him thanking me, and I was like, holy shit.
Well done.
Win.
That's really cool.
But, it's music. Yeah. Music is a form of communication that doesn't require language.
Exactly.
If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like you could go to some sort of uncharted tribe in the jungle somewhere who have never seen modern day man, and You know, if you've got a drum like that djembe over there, and you start,
Yeah.
they'll know what it is, and they'll have
Exactly.
their own music to show you, and that's how you know, music can break barriers. It connects everyone, even people that don't like music.
Yeah.
There'll be some music that they like.
They will. Yeah.
You know, when behind a locked door, they'll be dancing around to Barbie Girl by ABBA
Yeah.
or something. You know.
Yeah. I used to volunteer at NHS, do music groups,
Yeah.
and just kind of doing percussion stuff with them. Ones that didn't want to do anything, to like, yeah, I've got a drum. Yeah. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, music. What a great thing.
Yeah.
Get into music if you're not into music.
Yeah.
Do the thing.
Yeah. Okay, so what is the highlight of your career then? Creative career?
Well, I suppose the story I just talked about would be one of the highlights. It's less part of my creative career, it just involved it in a thing. But, I mean, we've done some great stuff in World 359. You know, we played the Haverfordwest Beer and Cider Festival, which was tremendous.
That was cool.
You know, played Dio in a ruined castle in Wales. It doesn't get any better than that.
That's really cool.
We opened up a gig in Bingley for the original members of Hawkwind in their band Hawklogs. That was pretty cool, and also the stage was gigantic. Like, that was a proper big gig stage, and I don't think we've played a gig like that since, like with a stage like that, and it was amazing. It was great. And I mean, I was shit that night, but I didn't care, because I was like, yeah, I'm playing a big stage, I'm a rock star, woo! So that was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other aspects of, you know, like the YouTube stuff that I've done and things like that.
Filmmaking and stuff.
Yeah, I was in a Doctor Who fan film once. That was a thing that happened. It was after I left uni. My friend Emily, who was from my course, she was in her second year. She needed to create a TV show as part of her final coursework, and then everything needed doing. Like, she asked me to help, and I said I would. She scripted an episode of a Doctor Who fan film, and I was like, okay, I'll be your doctor. I helped little bits and bats with the script. I did all the special effects and things like that. It is on YouTube somewhere, but it's incredibly difficult to find. I might put it on my channel.
Okay.
But I'm also trying to relocate the original footage so that I can remaster it, because obviously back then I was okay at doing special effects and things, whereas now I can actually do quite a lot.
Yeah.
So I could do a much better job of it now. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I must admit, I've always wanted to be an actor. I did acting when I was a kid.
Okay.
As part of a youth acting group, which got shut down after 1 year after I joined, which was a bit crap, really.
Yeah.
I was in one show. Yeah,
What show was it?
It was one that it was the first year that they'd ever written their own show, and I don't know if that's the reason why. Because all the years leading up to it, they'd done stuff like The Wizard of Oz and Grease and all this sort of stuff.
Okay.
And then they wrote their own show, and it tanked. So they shut the thing down, which is a shame.
That is a shame.
Yeah. But yeah, I always wanted to be an actor, and I love Doctor Who. And Jodie Whittaker, by the way.
She's
brilliant.
Awesome.
She's so good. She's so good.
Love it.
And what a fantastic universal representative of Yorkshire.
Yes.
I absolutely adore it. But yeah, I'd love to be in Doctor Who. Chris Chibnall, give me a part in Doctor Who. I can be incredibly Yorkshire for you. It's no trouble.
Where can people find you?
They can find me, I spend most of my time in this room, which kind of sucks, but in terms of an online capacity, you can find me at Patch Plays, which is, I don't know how YouTube URLs work.
Patch Plays UK.
It'll probably be...
I'll do a link.
Yeah, there'll be a link in the description.
I might do a card thingy like I did with
card thing up that
without
way.
the black cards.
Yeah, somewhere on the screen you will find. So Patch Plays UK, whichever one it is, that's my main channel. Obviously, we do stuff in World 359 together, so you can find other things that I do through Kat and through our band. And yeah, I've got like Facebook, Twitter, all that sort of stuff. Easy enough to find. There's not many people called Patch Kelly, and the ones that are, they're just, well, you know, wannabes. I'm the original. I'm the real deal.
You're on Spotify as well, Patch.
Oh yeah, I'm on Spotify. I've got music on Spotify. You can find things like my latest single, Silhouette, which is kind of cool. That's on there, along with some other bits and bats that I've done. And yeah, just look up Patch Kelly on Spotify.
I'll put links to that as well.
Cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you for being my second person.
It's alright, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be your second.
Alright.
It has been fun.
It has.
And thank you, Future Patch, for doing all the editing and things like that.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for that.
What a handsome dude you are.
Very much so.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Do we say bye now?
Oh yeah.
That's probably.
Bye.
See you later.
Cheers.